we're back again. And look, he's with me again too. Hi guys, I'm Lori.
Kyle.
Happy Picker and
Grumpy Picker.
we've got some sales to share with you from this weekend. It was a good weekend. We have 20 things going out. I don't think we're going to share every single one, but we'll share most of them. And then we're going to talk about getting banned on one of the marketplaces. Uh-oh. Not good. Stick around. We'll tell you all about it. All right, first up, I've got a suitcase, vintage luggage. So I do have a habit of buying large, bulky items that aren't super easy to ship, but a suitcase isn't too fragile. And this suitcase, this color, is fairly desirable. So I actually paid up for this. I paid $15 for this suitcase at a garage sale. I think it was a garage sale, actually. Don't quote me on that. I paid $15 for it, and I just took an offer on eBay for $45. I'd had it listed for $60. Offer $45. I'm probably going to make a little bit on the shipping because I don't share my shipping discount with them. So it will cover all the shipping and all the fees, and I might make a little more. We'll see. But I had this listed for 2 months. 2 months to sell.
All right, next up, something that caught our attention and we can't believe it sold. It's like a souvenir milk can thing with cows on it and stuff. All right, so sometimes we get stuff and both Lori and I shake our heads, but you know my middle name is look everything up. So this was part of the estate sale clean out that we did, and both of us immediately thought this is going donation, we ain't keeping it. But then we looked them up and they sell. We attributed $2.63 to it, and it sold for 20 bucks in less than a week on eBay. It's crazy.
All right, so you might think that this would be something Kyle would pick, but actually I bought these. You know, I don't know why I keep buying hats, why we keep buying hats, because we have a hard time selling them very well. But I found a whole huge box of vintage hats in an online auction that we were already bidding on stuff, and I think I got it for $2. Does that sound right? Kyle? Does that sound right? $2 for that entire box of hats?
I don't remember.
It was not very much, and so I decided it was worth taking a chance on. And we've sold a few of them already. I've got a lot more that need to just go, be given away. But this one I listed. It's pretty clean. Not huge money. Sold it for $13.99 on eBay, but it sold the day after I listed it. So yay, sold a hat. All right, down here we have a dolphin that I thought was kind of cool. You know, you'd think that I'd have learned by now that you can't always just trust your feelings when you think something's cool. I thought it was cool. It's vintage. I picked it up at a garage sale for $3 almost a year ago. And it finally sold for $12.03 because I have everything that's older than 300 days on sale for 35% off. So this is what we would call a NOLO. Don't be on the lookout for these little dolphin figurines unless you only want to make, you know, a few bucks. Too much bubble wrap going into this guy.
Okay, this is an exciting one to talk about.
Woohoo!
So both these just sold. They're anime Blu-rays. Okay, so let's talk about these. These are anime Blu-rays. We were at a garage sale
yesterday,
and the gal had a whole bunch marked $2, $3. I said, hey, if I bought all of them, will you take $1 a piece? And she thought about it. She's like, yeah, okay, I can do that. So I got 35 or 40, can't remember how many, for $40. Came home, and when we started looking them up,
wow.
Which one sold for which? Okay, so this one, I put $200 on it, and within a few hours sold it for $185.
Just one.
This one, I put $240 on it because it only sold once or twice in 3 years. I mean, that's all had been out there. And so I went up a little, put $240, sold within a few hours, full price. So we've already got over $400
out of our 40.
Out of 40.
On 2 of the items.
And she didn't think I should do it.
He was taking him up to check him out, and I'm like, are you sure about this? $40?
Now, let's be fair. I did not know this was going to happen. I thought, maybe some $40, $50 ones, maybe. We'll get lucky. So
we got lucky.
We got real lucky. We also got one more listed last night because these are so good. And it's out there for $750 and already has 4 watchers. So it's crazy.
I'm happy. He's happy.
I'm less grumpy.
Score 1 for Grumpy Picker. Okay, these guys are in the front of my shelf because I haven't had them for very long. These are one of those things that maybe I should get away from buying because I only sold these for $10. I had them listed for $12. I took an offer on Mercari for $10 because you may have heard this before. As resellers, we are in the selling business, not the storage business. So $10 was a reasonable offer on a $12 listing. I paid $1 for them at a garage sale. So, and they sold in 2 weeks. So it was a quick sale, quick flip, easy to list, easy to ship. It worked out in this case, but I do have other things that I thought would be like that are still sitting around. But they're cats. Who doesn't like cats? We now interrupt our regular programming for
Kyle's Corner. Okay, out. Get out of the way. So, I look around this room at all these listed things, and I get confused about why things haven't sold that have been here a while. So I thought I'll feature one thing each time. You guys tell me what I'm doing wrong and why I still have it. So, today, I'm picking these. These are kids' hockey, new in package. Probably 70s, maybe 80s. And they were 79 cents new, so, you know, good quality toy, right? 79 cents. What am I doing wrong? These toys are from 1969. And like I said, new in package, new old stock, never been played with or anything. Listed them for $50 for the pair.
shooting high, shooting for the moon.
I mean, is that just too much? I mean, if you were into hockey, wouldn't you want this for your little guy? I don't know.
Did somebody lose her head?
The one's little, yeah, the one's lost his head. So, head, no head. Anyway, you guys tell me, why hasn't this sold? And what would you list them at?
Okay, so I opened my email the other day and saw an email that said your Facebook account has been banned or something like that. Suspended.
Whatever.
Or,
can't get in.
Yeah, it's gone. It said that I had a listing that was
Counterfeit.
well, it said I had a listing that went against their commerce policies, and to see the listing, click here, but when I clicked there, it went nowhere, didn't show me. But I had a few days before that noticed that they had flagged one of my listings on Facebook Marketplace saying that I had a Christian Dior tie that was counterfeit. Pretty sure it wasn't counterfeit. Don't know how they come to that conclusion. I've tried to like appeal the decisions on things like that in the past on Facebook Marketplace. But I don't know if you know this, but Facebook Marketplace has 0 customer service. You cannot.
They don't want to talk to you.
They don't want to talk to us. And this hurts our business because, strangely enough, I mean, a lot of people don't use Facebook Marketplace, maybe because there's no customer service, but it was our number 3 platform, number 3 selling platform. eBay's still number 1. Etsy's getting closer and closer as at our number 2, but Facebook Marketplace was our 3rd best platform. I sold on there with shipping and did a lot of local sales on bigger items that I didn't want to ship. Can't do any of that now. So it hurts. I cannot figure out yet how to get a hold of them. Everybody says you just have to keep appealing. You have to keep appealing.
Can't even appeal.
I can't appeal because that link that they sent me to see the listing that was a problem goes nowhere. So there's nothing to appeal. I don't know what to do other than cry. But this made me think about the fact that as sellers, you can't have all your eggs in one basket. I'm very thankful that we are cross-listing, thankful that Vendoo allows us to put our stuff on multiple marketplaces. And so even though Facebook Marketplace was number 3, I do also have sales on Poshmark. As you saw today, Poshmark picked up the slack. Sales on Mercari now and then, very rarely on Depop. But having diversity is probably a good idea because eBay is known to ban people, Poshmark is known to ban people, Depop is known to ban people, and Facebook is known to ban people. So,
Can I get on my soapbox?
sure.
That's why resellers need an advocacy group. We need somebody that'll speak for us with these bigger companies and with the government to help us because we're all small businesses and we can't fight these big businesses when they don't cooperate or want to listen to our concerns. There is no way that Christian Dior was fake.
Yeah.
The estate was from a man who was an optometrist and he had a lot of very nice things. So it's just ridiculous. And we have no recourse, and that's why, again, we need a voice. But I'll do a video on that some other time.
But I just thought we should talk about how can you protect yourself as resellers? Can you protect yourself as resellers even? There are multiple platforms that you can sell on. So having your stuff out there where it can be seen in lots of different avenues is great. But besides the ones I mentioned, there's also live selling that can be done. There's the District app. There's the Whatnot app. You can make money fast there if you're good at it. You can sell things a lot faster there. There's also Amazon. There's Walmart. There's Shopify if you want to set up your own shop and storefront. People have been known to sell on YouTube, Instagram sales. There's so many ways to make money as a reseller that it's wise to not just count on eBay or just Whatnot.
Just one platform. Right?
One platform. Because if something happens, you're in a world of hurt. And so I'm really glad that we have these other platforms.
And if anybody has any ideas
of how to get us unbanned on Facebook.
or, if you work at Facebook, hello.
Do you see us? Do you hear us?
I am.
No.
Hello.
No. Anybody out there? One thing I did think of is that we've used my Facebook account for all this. He does have Facebook. So we could start using his Facebook account. However, I had 1,000 listings, almost all of which were cross-listed to Facebook Marketplace. So if I'm gonna link his account to our Vendoo account and get those things back onto Marketplace, I'm gonna have to do 1,000 cross-listing items. So that, and then what if I did get unbanned again? It's just, what a headache, what a headache. So I don't know, maybe there'll be a way around it. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a permanent ban or a temporary ban. There's no information. No information. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's the lesson of the day, of the week. All right, this is another one of those cute things that I bought that I couldn't resist. This is from the 70s, and isn't that kind of irresistible? So, you know, when we say you need to look everything up, like that milk can, you know, that came into our house because it was part of a big bulk buy we did, and we look all that kind of stuff up before we give anything away. We want to make sure we're not giving away gold. I don't look everything up when I'm outsourcing because it takes too long, and kind of sometimes I just get a feel for things, or I think I'm getting a feel for things. I thought this would be really cute. This is vintage. It was only $1, but when I looked at the sell-through rate on these when I got home, it was terrible. A few of them have sold. Usually they sell in a set because this was part of a set with other vegetables, and I only had one, so I listed it on eBay for $7.99. When I cross-listed to Etsy though, I did list higher. I listed it for $14.99. So I did sell it for $14.99. I only charged $5 shipping there. This shouldn't cost too much more than that to ship. This might cost $7 for me to ship. But I got hit with the off-site ad fee on this from Etsy. And if you're familiar with Etsy, that off-site ad fee is an additional 15%. So between that and the fees, I'm losing $4.58 off that sale. So I'm gonna make very little. This might be another NOLO.
All right. Remember, guys, Christmas sells all year round, and this little Christmas village sold for a nice amount. So I bought this on an online auction, and sometimes I get carried away. I paid $23 for it, but had seen good sales on eBay, so I took a chance on it. Finally sold for $99 free shipping. So there's some profit there. Probably wouldn't do it again, not at that price.
This set I fell in love with. Maybe I should have just kept it, but I did just sell it. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I tend to really like vintage ceramics and home decor, and I just really liked this when I found it. I paid $6.80 for it. 17 months ago I listed it. I've just not wanted to give it away. I just thought it was too cute to lower the price too much on. So I've been sitting on it. I think I've thrown some offers out there. It was on sale on eBay even because of how long it's been out there. But it finally sold on Etsy this weekend for $46.99 plus my $5 shipping. So I'm fine, I'm happy. I'm actually gonna make a decent amount of money on this. There was no off-site ad fee, and I'm glad that somebody is going to love this like I did.
Okay, next item is another thing that we pulled from that estate clear out. I didn't get many books, but I did see these Louis L'Amours and grabbed them. There's one other Western author in there, but the other 7 are all Louis L'Amour. So picked those up for, I think we put $1 into them when we attributed the money like we taught you last week, and sold them for $14 plus shipping. So not bad. Louis L'Amour. Keep your eye open for them.
All right, I'm going to show you the next 2 sales together. I have a quilt top as one part of a Poshmark bundle, and a hat as part of a bundle. So here's a better look at the hat. I picked this up for like $1.80. Don't remember where I got it. Because it's wool, 100% wool, made in Italy. So I didn't have very much in it. And then this quilt top. This is just the top. It's an unfinished quilt, but it is a hand-stitched, hand-pieced quilt top with a nice pattern in pretty decent condition, and I had it listed for $75 on Poshmark. I had the hat listed for $18, and somebody sent me an offer of, or no, somebody put them in a bundle together, and I really kind of wanted to sell these things. So I'd had that hat since December, so that's 8 months, and I had not had any offers, any interest really. So since I only had $1.86 in it, I was kind of willing to just throw it in with the quilt. So I sent her a bundle offer of $75, which was like buying the quilt for full price and getting the hat for free. I'm okay with that because I only had $3.86 or $3.80, whatever it was, into both things. So if I can turn that, you know, less than $4 into $75, that's a win. And so they accepted, and it's going out, and I'm happy. Also, just a note of mention is that I don't usually have very many Poshmark sales, but today I have 7 Poshmark orders going out. I'm lucky to get a couple a week usually, so that makes me happy too. All right, this is a borderline NOLO. Maybe it just is a NOLO, not borderline. I bought a whole box of Playmobil toys at an estate sale. 2 sets, wasn't complete, but there was a lot of pieces in it. And I haven't sold them yet. They're for sale. But these Imagine Next figures were in there, and I just thought, you know, I might as well try to sell them. Maybe I could get some of my money back. I did get some of my money back. They sold on Poshmark for $10. Poshmark takes a minimum of $3 in fees, so I'll get $7 on these, and I didn't really attribute any cost to them because I put my cost into the Playmobil toys, but don't be on the lookout. I think I've had a few NOLOs this time around.
Okay, you know, if you ever listen to me, I cry and scream about Goodwill stinks. Everybody hates Goodwill. This time, I'm liking it. These are 2 candlesticks and a little candle holder bird. My name of the lady is Emma.
Show it.
Well, you tell me what it is. Emma
Bridgewater, right?
Bridgewater. Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right. So we got these. We were standing around the Goodwill, and oh, did you find anything that day at that Goodwill?
I don't even remember. Where was that? In Iowa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. And I'm standing around because she does not give up. And I was ready to give up, and I was standing over by some furniture, and I saw these sitting on top of the furniture and picked them up. I'm like, oh, that's kind of an interesting, made in England and stuff. So I checked them on eBay. Not very many of them out there, but when they sell for a lot of money. So we have $17 in all of it, and we took an offer on Poshmark of $80 for the 3 pieces. So not bad. I'll take that.
How long did it take? A few weeks.
A couple weeks. Yeah, it's quick.
All right, I sold another bundle on Etsy, and it is so far back there you can't see it, which kind of gives you an idea of how long I might have had it. Well, let me pull it out. All right, so this little utensil jar, first thing in the bundle. This pair of wicker wine bottle holders. All right, this is the bundle. $2 into all of this, and this is one of those things I should not have bought These do okay. I think when they're like part of a set or you have more than one, not good by itself. I had it listed for 12. I had those listed for 25. This has been out there since, well, going on a year, 11 months. So it needed to go. And so I took an offer of $28 on the bundle. And since I only had $2 into all of it, it works. And this can go bye-bye. And boho stuff, actually, wicker stuff, actually can do okay. So those were only listed for about 3 months. Much better than 11. All right, so that's a wrap. Another week of what sold. A week of getting banned on Facebook. Oh, even though we did get banned on Facebook this week, and that was kind of the low of the week. If you watched last week, we talked about how to stimulate sales and some of the things that you can do when sales are slow. And I may have mentioned that I don't do all those things as much as I should or all the time, but I did do them last week. And we had the best week of sales we've had in, well, all summer, I think. All summer, I think. A couple examples are things that we sold are, he had a Kyle Larson NASCAR die-cast collectible. Autographed. It had been out there for a long time. But when I put my sale on for 35% off of old items, guess what? It sold for 35% off. Maybe not what he was hoping for, but it did get us $95 even at 35% off.
Yep.
So that was some good money back into our wallets.
Right.
And then another item we had, I think I talked about accepting offers, making offers on things. We had a Hewlett-Packard calculator, vintage electronic. Big money if they work, by the way. Keep an eye out for those. Here's the item. Listed it for $200 and it took an offer of $175 in less than 24 hours. So take those offers when they're good and when they're coming at you.
It's better to have cash in hand and move on than to hold and hold and hold.
Yeah. So those were two really good sales, but we had a whole week of really good sales. And I think it was because of offers and sales, and I did delist and relist some stuff. So yeah, it worked.
Yep.
And I am so glad you guys were here. If you have questions, let me know. I'm so glad he's been sticking around. I'm gonna have to, like, you know, change the name of our channel now.
Kyle's Corner.
Yeah, come back next week to see what else we have in our store that isn't selling. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe yet, we sure would appreciate it if you do that. And until next week, friends, happy picking.
Bye.